I'm just finishing off doing my skincare, but I just saw this girl on TikTok and she was basically having like a mild panic to herself, and she was saying things like, right, I'm sick of seeing all these tarot readings on TikTok, etc., telling me that my desire is so close and that it's only going to be a couple of days, and that I've seen this number, so that means this is going to manifest for me and I'm going to be rich and all of this, and why isn't it here yet? And then she just basically started spiraling about all the things that, and bless her, I totally get where she's coming from. She was spiraling about the fact that nothing's happening in her life, like there's no momentum. Like she was even going to the extreme of saying things like, that were quite hard to listen to, saying that she wanted to shave her head or dye her hair green or like get cheated on or something like that, like go into those extremes. And it was just pure like desperation at the fact that she was wanting and desiring something so much, like just momentum and change in her life. And I feel like a lot of you will be able to relate to that. We're just feeling like, I want this so bad, like, and I feel like I'm doing everything right, like why isn't it happening yet? Like I've watched all the tarot readings, I've looked at all the angel cards, I've prayed, I've visualized, I've scripted, blah blah blah, but the thing is, guys, none of that does shit unless you realize that you are the only one creating anything. There is nothing outside of you. And I just wanted to grab her and be like, honey, that is what happens or can happen when we are so reliant on the techniques to be like, I did it, where is it? I did it, I affirmed, I did robotic affirmations or affirmations in the mirror for 15 minutes. Nothing's happening. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Because you are literally, you're perpetuating the identity of, I literally don't have it. Because when you're wanting something so much, you are keeping yourself separated from it. Now, the reason why you're wanting something in the first place is because it's already done and dusted. It's not random. It's already in this reality that you've created. You couldn't want it otherwise. It already exists. So by acknowledging the fact that what you want already exists and already is yours, by virtue of the fact that you are literally the one and only creator, you are essentially the only one that is saying, I don't have it. There isn't anyone else. There isn't like an external thing or deity or separate entity from you that you are waiting to receive from. You are the one that is the cause of it all. So when you find yourselves in that spiral, that's okay. You're allowed to spiral and you're allowed to be like, fuck, it's just been so long, like why is it? I'm frustrated, where is it, blah blah blah. But as long as you realize that that's just your previous identity, right? That's literally your thoughts and feelings playing out a story, and you can choose whether you identify as being that person or not. Just because you have a spiral doesn't mean that your manifestation isn't here. Your manifestation comes within. You receive your manifestation within. You receive it then. So if you are still doing all the techniques, listening to all the other people out there and relying on some outside influence to tell you what you are or show you evidence that you have what it is that you say that you are, or that you have what you want, you're literally keeping yourself stuck in that loop. You're the only one that decides. You're the only one that there is. There is nobody else. It's just you and a reflection of you. So if you're waiting around for things to show up for you in your reality, you're literally saying, I am the one that's waiting. I am waiting, and you're identifying as that person. If you start identifying as the person that already has, because you've received it before you can see it. That's the only way we ever manifest, ever. Whether you know about manifestation or not, or whether you're conscious of it or not, you receive it within first. Not that there is the duality like that. So if you want to have a spiral, have a spiral. Like, you are a human feeling emotions, and you're totally fine to feel all those emotions. It's not about not feeling it, not spiraling and thinking that if I have a spiral or say I don't have it or doubt, that means I don't have it. You're the one putting those conditions on it. You're the one saying that it matters how I feel. My feelings manifest for me. Do they? Do your feelings manifest for you, or have you just given your feelings permission to manifest for you and say that they are the power rather than you? So you can spiral as long as you know what you are and know that it doesn't matter if I have a fucking spiral, if I doubt or anything like that. It doesn't matter, because I still have it. I still am it. So if you're going to spiral, at least be aware that you can spiral by all means, but it doesn't mean anything about you or your manifestations. And so I totally get that, like, place where, and the feeling where you're just like, oh my god, I feel like I've done everything right, but it's not here, because you're still identifying as the person who doesn't have it, and you already have it. It's like such a slight perspective shift. You're just like, oh my god, I actually just have it. Like, we want to overcomplicate it so much, but just let yourself have it. And it's so frustrating when you hear people say that, I know, but it really is that simple. Like, if you're constantly saying, where is it, I don't have it, that's literally what's going to be reflected back to you, if you take that as your truth. And it's not, again, about what you say or what you feel, but if you identify as the person that doesn't have it, that's who you are, because your word is the only word. Your word is the law. So who are you being? You literally already have everything. You already are everything. You're the only creator that exists. So do you have it or do you not? You don't need external validation to tell you who you are. That is like having somebody come up to you and they're like, your name is Brian. And I'm like, no, it's not. My name's Kirsty. Like, that's literally, I do have it. I am it. My name's Kirsty. Doesn't matter what you're telling me I am. Couldn't give a shit. Couldn't give a shit, a shiny shit. What you think about me, what you think my name is. I know what I am and I know what my name is. So your external reality is like that stranger. You don't get to decide what I am. I tell you what I am, and I know what I am regardless of what you think I am. I know where reality actually is, and it isn't out here in your external or what you perceive to be external. It's just you. It is your declaration, your decision, your identity. So if you do want to have a spiral, go for it. But you can spiral and you can still be the person who has it all. You can be like, cool, I just had a spiral, but anyway, I still am everything that I said I am. Even if literally in the moment you're like, I don't have it, I'm doubting, why isn't it here yet? Then you're like, cool, that's over now. But anyway, that had nothing to do with me and my manifestation, because I literally already am it and I have it. Two things can exist at the same time. And if you want to spiral, go for it, babe. Really, really enjoy it, as long as you know that it doesn't have to mean anything unless you say it does. And that's literally so freeing, right? Because I feel like I have got majorly sucked into this, like on my journey, is like in the manifestation community is like believing or letting your feelings dictate what you are. Because you think, okay, that must be true, like whatever, if it feels good, it's good, if it feels bad, it's bad, and letting your body basically decide the truth for you. But the truth is, that's bollocks. And I actually know that firsthand, because I've manifested things that I wanted whilst I was in a really shitty place, like the most anxious person in the world, and I still manifested like my dream life. It didn't have any bearing. I was literally petrified of like basically everything, especially like traveling, and I literally landed my dream job where I did nothing but travel the world for 7 years. So your feelings literally don't mean anything unless you say they do.